Young men and boys in society are often sometimes ridiculed when it comes to sexual crimes against them. In this story here from Tobago, a sad story, a 23-year-old who complained to police that he was repeatedly raped and beaten by another man in Tobago has died. Now, I have a clip of his mother explaining the tragic incident. Now, the young man dropped dead last Friday after making a report to the police. Now, his mother spoke to Elizabeth Williams of TV6 News. I want you guys to take a quick listen to the story.
Then he made several reports on the person, and the police and them do nothing. They said there's nothing they could do, right? So he went and made this report on Friday, and there is where after when he come from by the police station, he went and buy a pack of biscuit, and then he dropped down on the road.
The mother told TV6 News that her son complained to her that he was repeatedly raped and beaten by a man who he lived with. She says his final beating at the hands of the man involved the use of a sledgehammer. Last Friday, the beating was just too much, the grief-stricken woman laments.
Oh, this person was raping him and beating him, right? Because the police call the person and tell the person that my son come and make a report about the person who was doing the act.
She said her son was constantly harassed.
He always waking up the child from his sleep, waking him up from his sleep and harassing him in the night. Wake up, get up, get up, get up.
TV6 reached out to founder of the Fathers Association, Rondell Fields, to find out if his association gets involved in cases of men abusing men. Mr. Fields said there are cases of men being abused, but afraid to speak out for fear of being victimized and laughed at.
It's such a taboo in our culture that many men, though they experience these things, whether it be by the hands of men or even sexual assault by women, it's such a sexual taboo that they are very afraid, or sometimes they're afraid that they are victimized or criticized or scorned or laughed at in society if they come forward and bring this information forward. So you would see a lot of males, adult males, and even and children, particularly young boys, are commonly sexually assaulted and raped, and they keep it privately. When we see a lot of the ads from the TTPS and a lot of the ads from state, it isn't ever to encourage or make young men feel comfortable or young boys feel comfortable to report things of this nature. And this is the thing that needs to change. The Children's Authority and the Child Protection Unit need to keep sensitizing the public of the normality of these things happening to boys as much as it happens to girls, so that people feel comfortable, so that the nation is sensitized, so that they could come out and report when these things happen to them. It's a social problem we're suffering from, and that is why this thing is being allowed to be perpetuated behind closed doors.
TV6 contacted Assistant Commissioner of Police Tobago William Nurse, who stated that he would look into the matter. Elizabeth Williams, TV6 News.
The truth is, as much as we see sexual abuse on young girls and women, there are so much young boys and even men that are sexually abused as well. And we saw recently, we even saw it on this program here quite a few times, more men start to come out and speak out about it. A lot of these social issues that happens in the community, a lot of anger and rage that happen in men in our society could quite possibly be that a lot of men are holding some internal anger inside of them that they need to get out, that they just can't get out. We was taught, you don't go and talk to psychologists, you don't go and talk to people, but they go say you're crazy. So there are a lot of built up, pent up anger in men. But assure, if you look deep into the lens, if you look deep into the history of the anger and rage, you might find a lot of sexual exploit of men and stories that was never told back in the past. But the truth about it, if a man come out and he speak about this, as he rightfully said, Men get laughed at, men get teased. Police, you go and you talk about your wife abusing you. The police go laugh at you. They probably not even going to take the report because that's how society is. But really and truly, I think that this is a situation that needs to take some serious focus. I want you to voice your anger, your rage in the comment section about what is happening to our young men and young boys in our community.
Right along live. I mean, yeah, it's a real deal.